Well, just a quick introduction. This is Teddy. He's our new German Shepherd puppy for the farm, and he's got a little black bear cub face to him. And we lost Zach last fall, and that was a not fun time. We seemed to get very attached to these dogs, and these German Shepherds become way too human-like. And we're working on potty training right now. This is his first snowfall, and so hopefully over the next decade you'll see a lot of Teddy and no more Zach. But yeah, he's super cute. All right, that's enough of that. All right, so there's Teddy. I got a theory I want to try out. We had some old gates that were, instead of throwing them into the scrap bin, let's salvage them and try this theory out for us to see if this will help us at all. So what we normally do is that orange gate comes towards us, and then that becomes the gate in the wintertime to drive along the front of the building to bed in the building. And then we divide the building in half and then run along here and come to that post, and that cuts the feedlot in half. And normally we just go get a half a dozen freestanding panels and a couple corral panels to make that happen. But then you're like, this gate you ain't using in the wintertime. So then that just leaves us that one gate to do everything with. And it's fairly easy that if the cows are in here and you want to pull the bull off the cows, you just get him to start following you, and then swing the gate open. He follows you through the gate and you shut the gate behind him. But we got them gates that we're going to throw into scrap. So I want to try something to see if it can make it a little more efficient for us, a little more easier, and a little more usable on these freestanding panels to give us just more options. So the theory is we can solve many problems and improve our cattle handling with this theory is on a few of the freestand. So we got 2 freestanders we're going to use right now for this experiment. And we have 4 old Sioux gates laying around. One of them was potentially scrap. The other one, 2 of them were potential scrap. 2 of them are good gates. And so we thought, to divide that feedlot, now in one pick you got almost 54 feet, almost 56 feet, almost 56 feet in one carry. But now, if we open this up and we would swing it straight to tie into that yellow Sioux gate at the other end, now you would have a lot of gate to drive through and handle cattle and all that kind of stuff. When we move this out to the corral, because we do not have a permanent corral, we move the corral, or we kind of leave it set up in 3, but we do move it as needed. So now in an emergency situation, you take 2 or 3 of these out, and 2 of these would give you a 24 by 32 box for an emergency situation, to just catch one cow on pasture for a quick pop-up maternity pen or anything like that. Or just another freestanding panel gives you a 24 by 16 box to work in with that animal. But also now, if you've got your corral lane set up, so we've got along, you got your line of freestandings here and your other line over here, 12 feet over. Yep, it's a 16-foot gate, but that's okay. Maybe we make the lane 14 feet, whatever. But now you've got all these gates. You can leave a few of these with gates to the inside. And if you want to sort cattle, we used to do it with the steer unit on the one that was where there's no longer a building. is you had a long skinny lane and you had gates. So if our tub is up there and I'm trying to bring a group of cows up, you always got some that want to come back on you. They're like, nope, I see where this is going, I'm coming back. So instead of turning it into a fight, you let them come back. But if you get a group of 5 coming up, we only want 2 of them in the tub, but you get this group of 5, we shut this gate behind us. The weight of the chain over the other pipe would be enough to hold that gate there. Now, anybody that wants to turn back around us is only going to here, not all the way back to the beginning of the corral. And as the group gets smaller, then you could permanently keep these gates closed to bring these cattle up. So we're going to try it on 2 of these freestandings. We're going to try it on 2 because we got 4 of these gates. And then we're going to see how we like that. And I think we're going to fall in love with it. The other thing is these freestanders aren't cheap, and we've got a good amount of them on hand to make our linear feet as the herd grows. To keep adding linear feet, you can buy used gates, whatever. You can get cheap gates. They don't have to be a heavy Sioux. You know, they don't have to be the nice quality ones that I sell. We could get the cheapest ones, the horse quality gate from the big box store, and hang on almost half to 3/4 of our corral panels. And I think now you've got something. You've got a lot of options and flexibility to grow with. I'm kind of excited to see how that works. The big thing in the divide is we're only going to then use up a couple freestanding panels. So then, and like I said before, is now you got 2 16-foot gates next to the building to give you just that much more room to come through. If we weld up a couple more of them, we would then have enough that we could divide the feedlot off so we can turn the building into the winter corral to work cattle this winter for the banding, tagging, vaccinating, all that stuff. We could actually have enough to cut the feedlot off at the all-in-one, so the steers and cows would be on one side. You can then open up this and get the cows and heifers in there, run everybody through. Man, I think the more I sit here and swing this gate and look at how we handle cattle, I think I need to just weld up a dozen of these this winter. But for now, to get us started, we'll just get these 2. But yeah, I'm really liking this. Maybe we weld some of them up with 12-foot gates, so when we build a 12-foot alley, you've got some that are designed for that, or you double duty it. You could weld your 12-foot gate to this post, still have your 16-footers here, so then you've got that gate in between here to do that. Man, oh man, the juices are flowing this morning. It's all the turkey and ham and potatoes. Oh, the dinner rolls Mom makes. Gosh, I got to quit talking because this is just getting too much fun. And so I'll leave this video here. Thank you. And when we get it set up, I'll show you. I don't know if we'll get it there today or what we're doing today. But if we get these set up in the feedlot, I'll have another video probably. It's the big cattle drive. The big cattle drive home. I carry bales and kind of run cleanup and watch for anybody being weird like that one. And we just go 1.5 miles an hour and then make sure the end ones, nobody falls behind. And it's a good time to start picking out cull cows. 39 right here, you can see her udder just kind of fell apart on her this year. She's been a fantastic cow. Otherwise, her body is really nice and gives beautiful calves, great mothering. But she's old. She's old and her udder fell apart this year. So she'll go on the cull list. We'll hold back every heifer at this point to replace all the ones we're culling. And yeah. So we're just gonna walk them. We're in 2. We're gonna walk across 3 and into 4. And 4 is where they're gonna spend the winter. And 4 has the lane that leads up to the cow yard where we welded up our panels for. And then we'll come back and we'll get these wagons to put in the dry cow lot for the cull cows that don't walk. You know, they're old, they have a bad foot or whatever reason, and we'll make a little winter break for them. And make a little winter break for them so they can have a small pasture up in the yard. So them couple older cows don't have to walk so far, you know, kind of spoil them on their last few days of life kind of deal. And so now they're all in pasture 3, and they're like, well, we think we're going to the alfalfa, but you've teased us all summer. But if the wife keeps walking that way, they're gonna go that way. Well, I think some of them remember, because they sprinted across the field to check out their lane. So, well, that's all right. They're gonna run up into the feed lot and let us know if we forgot to shut anything or anything like that. And so I guess we find out in a few minutes. You double check and you triple check and you still forget something once in a while. Well, here we are. This is our little shack. So normally when the cows are out on winter water, we got the heat in here, and you got a thick construction, well insulated building, and it works fantastic. I'm only running about 40 pounds. Yeah, 40 pounds of pressure, and I'm pushing the water out. So the winter water's a couple thousand feet down that way. So the wife's gonna head out there with the pickup and let me know when water stops bubbling out of the hose, and then I'll let the compressor fill up to full system pressure and then crack it back open to really give a big hard shove of air out that pipe. Last year when we did it, we had a commercial. The neighbor come over and had a commercial air compressor, and it was a sunny evening, and you could see that vapor cloud coming to that hose all the way from over here. It was a pretty big vapor cloud. But as boring as I am, I did the math, and it's about 160 gallons of water to get out these couple thousand feet of 1-inch hose. So it takes a while. It takes a while. And if the pressure gets too high, then I'll shut the air compressor off. But then I'll kind of see it here at this end too, is when we run out of water, all of a sudden the gauge just drops off. I know it's pretty bad, but I'm zoomed in 12 times and you can see the vapor cloud at the pickup. So that's pretty good. Ha! Nice.